You know how we always talk about you have to study successful work in order to be effective at managing really reliability for a process or a system or an organization? You know how we have that conversation? Well, today we're going to sort of tell you why we have that conversation. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Pre-Accident Podcast. I'm Todd Conklin. I'm your host for today, and this is your Operational Excellence Safety Moment. This is the short little podcast where we kind of pop an idea out into the universe and see how it lands, right? Run it up the flagpole and see who salutes. Today we're going to talk about this idea. Death lives in successful work. Death hides in normal activities. Fatal accidents, catastrophic failure lives in routine work. And that's important for us to sort of understand, but more importantly, stipulate. We have to kind of deal with that first. You know how they say when you have a problem, the first step in getting a solution is admitting you have a problem? Well, that's kind of where we are in this discussion. Because I think we want a fatality to be the logical outcome of crappy safety. So we had a lot of hand cuts, a lot of ankle sprains, a lot of first aids, boom, fatality. But in fact, that idea that somehow frequency and severity are combined, that's led us in the wrong direction. And in fact, the things that exist that can have catastrophic outcomes exist in normal work every single day. In fact, if you drew Heinrich's pyramid for an electrician who got electrocuted, I bet you a nickel it would look like a big, skinny bar holding up a fatality, because there probably weren't 20 first aids for that electrician, and then 10 ankle sprains, and then 8 broken arms, and then dead. In fact, it probably went from pretty normal to dead. And that's how we have to think about this notion of catastrophic failure. It's so seductive to say that it's a logical outcome of frequency. It's a product of bad safety, bad people, bad leadership, bad organizational culture. But in fact, what we know is that catastrophic failure hides every single time we do it in the normal work we do. And if that's true, and I'll bet you a nickel it is, if that's true, then what that tells us is we have to think differently about managing reliability. We need to think less about reacting to failure and more about responding to context. We don't want to take care of events after they've happened. We want to take care of events while they're happening. Death hides in successful work. That's the podcast for today. I hope you learned something new and have as much fun as you possibly can. Hey, and if you haven't bought a copy, God, the timing's so bad on this. If you haven't bought a copy of Workplace Fatalities, please do so. It's got a lot of really interesting reviews, actually really good reviews. I'm humbled by a mile. It's going to make you think differently about the way we think of the world. In fact, that's exactly what this safety moment's about. So I hope you get what you need. Have as much fun as you possibly can. Learn something new every single day. And for goodness sakes, be safe.